SharePoint is a kind of a very similar applications. Both are cloud storages. It's very similar. Most people can't understand why we have two different solutions to store files. So first of all, if anyone know, let me know why we have two different applications. What's the difference between the OneDrive and the SharePoint? Why we have two applications to store information? What is OneDrive is for and what is SharePoint is? Iranda, any idea?
I think OneDrive for store our personal files and other stuff. And share folder for sharing among group or any other
Correct.
people.
Great. Correct. Thanks. So exactly correct. So OneDrive is SharePoint is for OneDrive is your personal documentation and information storing, where you have a personal, you can store any amount of document. We have space until 1 terabyte. You can share your personal documentation in OneDrive, but make sure OneDrive is your personal documentation. The SharePoint is is a collaborative information. Through SharePoint, the same document can be accessed through even 1,000 people. The Microsoft has been developed the applications in the same document, even 100 people can work on the same time without any effect. If it is an Excel document, which is stored in a SharePoint site, in SharePoint, you can open that particular space, particular document and work even 100 people. Only glitch comes up. If two people are editing same cell in same time, the system glitch will come. But even though the system showing someone else already editing this particular cell, please don't edit. It automatically locked. People who started editing at first, he can edit, but the second person can't edit. System itself will lock it. Right? That's the only restriction from system. Other than that, even 100 people can edit the same document. System automatically save the master file. That's working is for the SharePoint. This concept has been taken into IT quite few months back. So we created a information center in SharePoint for IT users. I think almost all IT employees has this access called MAS IT SharePoint site. Anyone who doesn't have access, please reach out to me. We can give access. This is a site as an IT. All of us should store our information, which has to be collaborative information. Right? Inside of IT, it has been a sub sites has been created to manage your business work with individual access levels. Each and every subsite has an individual access so others can't see. If I have author access, I can see everything. If you look at top of it, it has a multiple sub folders and the subsites been created based on the location and work role responsibility you are dealing with. The IE has a separate access, merchants has a separate access, even the HR has a separate subsite. They have access only into this ITHR site. As far as I know, from entire IT, more than below 50% people of using this particular feature, even though we educated almost everyone, people are not actively using this particular feature. If you're using this feature, even if you're storing the collaborative information in particular inside of IT SharePoint, you don't worry about the security and you don't worry about where it's stored. Even your managers can come log in and take your information at any time. You can just take your leave, relax. You don't worry about the sharing documents with your managers or your office colleagues. So that's why we create this particular space The design team, the merge team, the technical team, everyone has their own space of working as a collaboratively. Documents, everything has to be stored in this particular space. This SharePoint training session has been done separately for each and every department level. Since I'm not going to explain again, if needed, we can add another session in a future. Right? The OneDrive, you can store any amount of documentation, any format. Please make sure not to store anything in your personal laptop. We are stop saving any documents in your personal laptop for security purpose and your safety of document as well. If something happens to your laptop, nothing will be lost if you're saving in your OneDrive. The most of issues, most of complaints you are getting is you have to work OneDrive online version, which is not user friendly. The most complaints are coming in that route, right? If you're using in your D drive or C drive, your desktop, you can just save it in your desktop, drag and drop to anywhere and deal with very easily, right? So we took some special approvals from IT and asked you guys to sync your individual space into your personal laptop where it will work online. Any document you can work similar to your D drive or desktop. You can drag and drop and do anything. The document will auto upload into SharePoint site. It can be done through your SharePoint or OneDrive site. I'll just show one. If you go inside, there's a icon called sync here. If you click this, copy of this particular space will download into your laptop and it will work online. You can drag and drop anything. That particular document will upload in your original site. Make sure not to store any personal stuff there. If 100 people can access into this particular space, any document you are storing that 100 people can see. Even it's in your laptop, it can be visible for others as well. So this is my, I'll show mine. This is my SharePoint. Whatever I do it from here. I can drag and drop anything. I can open file from here. I can do changes in here itself. So the original file also will be updated. Right? The sync feature is very handy. It's a user friendly. You don't want to change the way of we were working in the history. The same way, only is the saving location has been changed. You don't want to save anything in your C drive, D drive, or desktop. You have to use OneDrive or SharePoint. Information will be secured for outside thread, and as well, if something happens to your PC, information will be very secured in Microsoft Drive. Clear? Any question, just ask. I can answer the questions. Okay, these are the stuff normally most of people know. Let's touch something we don't know. Anyone work or had experience in application called Sway? Anyone? Sway is the smart way of doing presentation. If you have any very advanced critical business presentation, we are not recommending to use Sway, but it's a very simple or visual friendly presentation you have to do. It's better to do it through Sway. It's very user friendly and very visual appearance is very good. I'll show you the one example. It has a lot of formats, and you just can download the format and do the presentation, do the editing stuff and do the presentation. This is the Sway presentation. You can start editing this way and take this particular format and do your own, take the template and do your own presentation by using the template. If you run this particular presentation, it's very user friendly and like a video. Everything has been listed down very properly. Just download the template and do your own editing stuff and present it. Like everything has been listed down. That's why I call it smart way of doing presentations. Right? So you don't want to put anything. Just edit and put your own wordings, your own images. And it's very fast. I'll show you one more. This is a resume example, which is in Sway. You have thousands of formats, so you just need to edit and add your own stuff and use it. It's very user friendly and it's very visually good for anyone who is looking at your presentations. It's not like a normal PowerPoint presentation. It's like very smooth. So you can do this through your PowerPoint as well, but you have to give some effort. So even anyone even in PowerPoint who use templates. So any document, PowerPoint, Sway, Excel, the Microsoft has given thousands of templates. You can easily use those templates when you actively using or actively working on particular apps. Let me show Excel document as well. People who don't use it. Even Excel, you can see thousands of templates. You can use it for your own work. Let's say, look, there's thousands of templates under each hierarchy. If you want chart, budgets, list, planning and tracking, personal, business plans, anything you want, they have a particular template, so you can use it. You can see, just check those formats and see whether you can use it. And it's been very standardized and it's been already been formatted in very smartly. You just need to change the numbers and the wordings and use it. And it's very easy. You don't want to put any formulas in particular form templates. Just try to use it. It will easier your work life. Personally, I know the most of people come to me and ask how to do a Gantt chart in Excel. You don't want that particular knowledge to create a Gantt chart. It has thousands of templates in Excel. Download whatever the templates you need and see. You just need to edit the change, the content of it. The Gantt chart is automatically created. You don't want to create or draw a new Gantt chart in Excel. It's very easy for anyone. But use these templates, it will easier your work life.